All right, guys, welcome back to Behind Closed Doors. Today is June 15th. I'm your boy Pete, that is Taylor, and we have back on it today. We have a lot to get through, a lot to talk about. First and foremost, real quick, Taylor is a dad.
Was a dad.
Was a dad. What happened?
Well, so for story on whoever didn't see it on my story, we stop in this like abandoned place in Texas. And like all of a sudden, like this on the side of the road, and all these cats come out and they're starving. And me being on the macro diet, I always travel with tuna on me. So I had like 3 things of canned tuna in the car. We started feeding these cats. And there's like this one little kitten that's half the size of the other kittens, like so small, like definitely like can't open its eyes. I don't know if you've ever seen like a kitten with an infection, but like both of its eyes were like pretty much mucus closed shut. And it was like, it was really gross. And we're like, oh my God, this kid's going to die. We kept trying to feed it because it was like literally going to die. And the other big cat just kept hitting it and like being all mean. And my girlfriend and I are both animal people. We're like, we can't do this. So we take the kitten. That night we stay like a Holiday Inn. We sneak the kitten into the Holiday Inn with us. It's meowing all night. We feed it some food.
No complaints though? You're like getting in trouble?
No, we didn't get in trouble. But its eyes just wouldn't open in the morning. Every time it would be like sealed closed. We wash them. So we had to take it to the vet. And
wait, can we backtrack a little bit? So are you just an animal lover? So
Yeah,
nothing to do with like pandemic, like I just am going crazy, or you would have done this 6 months ago?
I love animals, and if anything's struggling, I'm there to help it.
Okay.
But pandemic has definitely shifted my mindset as well.
I don't think Taylor in January would have been just rescuing random kittens in Texas.
No.
Well, my girlfriend, like she grew up like on a farm, and she loves animals, and she's had every type of animal. So she's.
So how do you eat meat? So how do you reconcile that?
I don't. No, I reconcile it because Wagyu is so good. Have you tried this Hassel Company Wagyu?
We haven't tried it yet. I'm supposed to be getting it tonight.
Wait, so finish the cat story. Cat had to be taken to the vet, mucus in the eye.
Yeah, and
then
the
what
vet
happened?
try to fix it up and find a new home. Like we're here, like we can't fully
So
take responsibility.
you abandoned the kitty.
We gave it to the vet.
You abandoned. Okay.
We saved it from automatic death, and now we gave it a chance.
And this was on your way to Austin, or you were already there?
No, it was like these random. So between El Paso, or pretty much between like Tucson and Austin, there's nothing. There's El Paso. Then between El Paso and Austin, there's literally nothing in Texas. Like nothing at all. It was on the way there, in the middle of nowhere.
Got it. So you're in Austin now.
I'm now in Austin, Texas, reporting live from our new place.
Give us a life update.
Yeah. What are you in a barn?
Austin, when? What's going on?
So Corona hit. Well, I haven't had a lease for like about a year because I don't believe in year-long leases. It's too long to lock you in.
I agree with that.
It just doesn't make sense. And Airbnb is like, or renting is close to the same price. So I've kind of been like nomading around. So I could work from anywhere. So like beginning of the year, I did 2 months in Park City, which was awesome. And then I was planning on going to like Europe or somewhere really cool. And then Corona hit. So I went to Florida with my girlfriend and her family, came back to LA. Her lease was up. And we're like, look, there's no point to sign a year lease right now in LA. Let's just go somewhere cool. And we just started Googling best places to go. Austin was the top of every list. And we're like, let's go to Austin. We've got a place here. It's for the same price we were paying for her tiny little apartment in LA. We have a 2-bedroom house here that's massive. You could walk to everything. It's beautiful and life's good out here.
So I've been to Austin a handful of times. Are you near the W or the Four Seasons or the 6th Street, or like where are you?
I'm right off South Congress. So it's like where all those like stores, it's right where Outdoor Voices was and Lululemon and all those stores on South Congress.
Yeah.
So not in the city, because the city, there's like a lot of homeless people. It's like kind of sketch at times. Or South Congress is like a super residential neighborhood. It's pretty awesome.
I don't think I've ever been there.
It's the best. Like you'll be here, you'll be like, damn, this is actually pretty nice.
So walk me through a day in the life of Taylor in Austin.
It's so awesome here. First, what are you showing us, Pete?
Oh, just South Congress.
Oh, thanks, Pete.
In relation to Austin, just for the people at home.
Yeah, let the people at home know. Day in the life. We wake up, no alarm. We just let the light wake us up. We leave the blinds open, which is pretty nice. Just wake up with the light. I've gotten big into meditation and yoga and stretching. So I do like a 30-minute stretch.
Taylor's gone. He's gone. He's fucked.
I mean, you wouldn't think you would get into that going to Texas. I would
You would
think you'd wake up and eat brisket.
You would think you would get into that while you were in LA. How
Yeah,
did you get into that when you leave LA?
It's just so nature and mindful and nice out here. So I stretch, I hang out, I get to my computer. I have a little office in here. I do some work. We go for a nice little walk. There's all these trails by us. And then every night we try to get on the river. So there's this river that like pretty much runs through the city. So we just got these inner tubes that inflate, and we just go and the sun doesn't set till 9 here. It's like the most beautiful sunsets on the river. We just hang out on the river and watch the sunset.
So I know Dee's known you longer than I have, but I feel like I've known you now a decent amount of time. And in the short time that we've known each other, the different faces of Taylor have been so dramatic and so distinct and completely different. Like, what's going on? I remember you were in Tulum partying your fucking balls off, telling me you were in this like mansion and it was like the greatest.
A lot. Tulum was a bit of a turning point, I think, because a lot of different things happened the next couple months, and now he's in Texas.
No,
Tulum.
would be October. No, before like August.
Okay.
But don't get me wrong. I would still go to Tulum and party my ass off. That's still in me. But
You would wake up and meditate and then start drinking and take the Molly.
that's what you do in Tulum. Tulum, like you literally meditate and do Molly all day. Like, that's all it does.
There are a lot of yoga retreats in Tulum. It is true.
Yeah, that's literally what you do. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just trying everything and just seeing. I liked LA, but I always thought there's more out there. And especially with like, I know you and Dee will say you guys like love LA, but like it is a bubble. And like I've seen a lot of things being outside of LA that make me hate LA. Like out here in Austin, no one's on their phone. Like everyone's out and about. You're hanging out, you're saying hi to people, you're talking. Whereas like LA, I feel like everyone's just on their phone 24/7, living for Instagram. Like they're just interesting to see different lifestyles.
Well, we're gonna need some video updates from your little float alongs and then other things that we can post on, because I think people will be generally interested. Because obviously this is so beyond our usual bubble talk.
So now you've been to Tampa, way outside the bubble. That's literally anti-bubble.
Well,
right?
Tampa was too racist. LA is a little too liberal. I corrected in between in Austin.
Austin's somewhat liberal too, right?
Austin's really, really liberal. But you go like 20 minutes outside and you could still see some MAGA hats.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I don't think so. All right, Tampa, Austin, LA,
Park City.
Park City. That's all in 2020. Rank it in order.
I'd say Austin number 1. Austin's amazing. Such good energy, good vibes.
I thought you loved Utah.
Wait, and are the bars popping? Like, I know the cases are through the roof in Texas. And you're literally chasing Corona.
He literally is. He's like, the second he sees a spike, he's like, I'm there.
Exactly. 6th Street, there were lines out the door. Actually, funny enough, as we were floating on the river yesterday on a Sunday, like at 5, we're just next to this dude, and we're getting ready to jump in. We're just like, he just looks over to me. He's like, you want a beer? And I was like, oh, this guy's cool. And we're like, yeah, I'd take a beer. He was passing me a beer. I was like, oh, cool, thank you. And he starts talking to us. He's like, hey, do you want more beer? And I was like, what? He opens his backpack, and I'm not kidding when I say he probably had like 5 pounds of cocaine in his backpack.
No way.
And I was just like, no, I don't want more beer. It's a Sunday. And
So he's trying to sell you cocaine on the river.
So the lead gen was like, hey, you like to party? He's like, hey, do you want a beer? I said, yes.
How old was this guy?
Casual, like 25. Then he goes, do you like to party? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you want more beer? And he opens his backpack. And then he told me he was selling a shitload of it on 6th Street last night. And that every single bar, like he couldn't have enough. He was selling an insane amount. So 6th Street is back. Word from the street.
And that's actually pretty dangerous because I'm pretty sure Texas has pretty strict laws compared to if you get caught in Texas with cocaine versus other states. I think it'd be pretty bad for you.
Yeah, it was like when he opened his bag like that, I told my girlfriend, I was like, we got to get out of here. I knew he was like, do you want a beer? And I said, sure. And then he kept talking. He's like, do you like to party? And he kept rubbing his nose, which like is like a sign of like.
You're from Beverly Hills. You know what that means.
Yeah, he knows.
And I just wanted to see where it goes. So I was like, yeah, I like to party. And he's like, do you want more beer? It was so funny. But it's a super young town and everyone's out partying.
So you've been to crowded bars?
I haven't gone in, no. We went to a restaurant we got some good food, and it was packed line out the door. We had like a 45-minute wait.
Wow. And so from the outside looking in, you see the data. Hospitalizations are spiking in Texas. Do you see any change in people's demeanor? It's completely irrelevant.
No one cares. Like it's like no one's seen it happen to them or anyone close to them. So there's like, it's not real.
Got it. So you're still on the corona's fake.
I don't know what to believe. Like, I've definitely been fucking exposed. I've been trying to get exposed pretty much. Like, not that I'm trying, but like with my lifestyle, I should be exposed. It's hard for me when the reports are so conflicting. Like, you hear one thing, then you hear the other. You hear don't wear a mask, and you hear wear a mask, and you hear don't wear a mask.
I don't think anyone's saying don't wear a mask.
The CDC,
that might be the Texas and Florida in you.
Oh, but at the beginning, the CDC said don't wear a mask.
No, I know, but that was clearly inaccurate.
But then they say it doesn't stay on surfaces long. Then it says it stays on surfaces. Then it says if you have the antibodies, you can't pass it or you can pass it. It's just like, I think they don't know. I don't really trust who's coming up with any of this stuff.
I would say for the other things, that's fair, but not masks. I mean, it's common sense.
It makes sense to me.
The spread of disease is through germs spreading from one person to other. Your mouth and your nose are probably the most susceptible.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
So we'll see. I don't know. There's nothing. We just posted the thing about Arizona going up in cases today. Then everybody's in the comments fighting the entire time, being like, I don't know anybody from Arizona that's had it. These numbers are all lies. And then some people are like, told you so. And then so it's all complete.
We drove through Arizona, and I was there like 2 or 3 days ago, probably 4 or 5 days ago now. And yeah, wide open.
Where were you in Arizona?
We stopped in Phoenix for lunch, and then we stayed the night in Tucson in the Dirty Tea.
Got it.
Well, things are opening up back here. I mean, gyms are now open. Bars are open.
LA's
Night
the worst.
guys open tonight. First night.
Are you going?
I'm not.
You think I could get a table there?
Tonight's sold out, but you can get one this week.
I don't have the money.
Getting one versus paying for one's a different thing for Pete.
Yes. It's a huge difference in my bank account. Okay, moving on. What the fuck's up with the stock market? It's now up today. After a weekend like we just had. Anand and I were talking about it earlier. I don't know you guys could take it away on this, but what's going on?
So the market corrected 1,800 points. The Dow did on Thursday or Friday. I forget of last week.
On it, you remember I texted you the day before.
We talked about it on group chat. I don't know if you listened.
I heard that. It was
I was like, Taylor's definitely gonna. He called the market top as soon as you sold your SPXU.
I sold like literally. I sold it the day before. Literally, like all of my SPXU that I sold out. $100,000 of it. Next day it goes up 15 or 18%. Like 18 grand I lost one day for selling it 1 day too early after holding for fucking like 100 days.
And how does that make you feel?
I mean, I just went out on my river on my floaty and I said, life's still good.
I'm surprised you sold. I feel like there was no upside in selling.
I just did. It fucking hurt every day. I'd open
you just want to stop thinking about it, right?
I didn't want to wake up stressed every morning because I would wake up stressed, and now I wake up and I can do my yoga and meditate. But before,
this is why I started doing yoga.
I would wake up stressed every morning, and I'm like, great, how much money I lose today? It's just not worth it.
He's got a point. He was like, this is only for people who can stomach it like long. It's just a matter of stomaching it.
Yeah, so the stock market, what Pete was alluding to, the futures were down huge last night.
Right.
And the assumption was, okay, we reopened for a few weeks. Cases are spiking in the states that were reopened the longest. And now we're reopening in LA, New York, and like spots with way more people and way more density than the other states.
Right.
And the market decided those states don't matter.
Up.
It went from down like 2.5% to up 1%. It was literally like all it showed was Florida, Texas, and Arizona do not matter when it comes to the health of the U.S. economy. And that, I think they're waiting for California and New York to have real spikes for the market to even give a shit. That's the only thing I take away from that.
It's insane. But even if they do, they'll try to say those don't matter too, right? It's just if there's enough money in the ecosystem, it just doesn't go down.
Yeah, Davey Day Trader is on this like PR campaign, how he's better than Warren Buffett.
I love it. He's literally like shitting on Warren Buffett. I don't even know if Warren Buffett has social media. So like, there's no rebuttal to happen unless it's through a news source that like interviews him.
I think the rebuttal is Warren Buffett just screenshots his bank account.
Yeah, and then goes, "Fuck you, Davey Day Trader."
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. None of it makes sense. Robinhood traders are just boasting about how much money they're making. Robinhood traders are getting all their data sold to hedge funds who are making money on top of them. So it's a fun little interesting world we live in.
It's
How long do
crazy.
you think? Oh, go ahead, Taylor.
So we talked about this at length on the podcast, but I wanted to get your guys' take as young people that I think Robinhood, I made this claim on the pod, is at a fork in the road where they either become like Facebook, the big evil empire, or they actually help young people to be financially like sound and actually figure out like, hey, the market just doesn't go one way. You can get cream, don't buy on margin. They've gamified it so much that I feel like people are putting their life savings as young people on this app.
Point in case.
And then
example number one.
So yeah, do you think Robinhood's the next Facebook? We're all going to sit here and be like, Robinhood ruined young people the way Facebook ruined young people.
I mean, once the news comes, I think most people that trade on Robinhood don't understand that they sell your trades to high frequency traders and you get screwed just before you even get your trade in. And it's the same way that people on Facebook didn't understand that Facebook took your data and sold it to companies. So it's like people start learning that. Like Facebook wasn't always evil. The narrative switched once people are like, damn, fuck that. Once Robinhood traders start losing money on the platform, they're going to say, actually, fuck this platform. Like, they sell my data and they sell my trades before me. That's bullshit.
So then there's essentially another opportunity for somebody else to come by and do the same thing, just not be as cruel or as.
Well, it's almost like Robinhood is too easy to use when it's your fucking link to your bank account. Like, it's one thing to get on Instagram and be able to scroll through and very easily get to 100 different pages, but the fact that you can, within 2 clicks, put your life savings at risk and not really understand what that means, you just think it's like a Fortnite game, that's a real problem.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
Like,
he's over here. He's like, I have no money left.
I'm pushing one. It's like I'm trying to make a trade, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about. It's like Robinhood, deposit an extra $7,000, 1 click, boom, done, cool, buy that option. Options expires. I don't even know they're expiring. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, that the friction is actually necessary for people who don't actually understand what they're doing, so that when they get prompted so many different questions, like, hey, should I really be doing this? Should I not? Right. I don't know. It's tricky. I think it's super tricky.
So I mean, if there's a Twitter and there's a Facebook and there's an Instagram, you gotta think that somebody else could come around in the near future. That isn't so cruel.
But you're not incentivized to, from an investment perspective, you're not incentivized to. They're incentivized to make you trade as much as possible. The more data, the better. That's the problem. Same with Facebook.
Yeah, there should be a platform that is like password protection and it's like buy and hold. And it's like
I think that's the newsletter, Taylor. I think we can be early on this. Robinhood's the next Facebook, the evil empire.
I like that.
The evil empire. Who are the guys behind Robinhood? Do we know that?
We're investors in Robinhood. It's done great for us.
You're like, all for Robinhood. Are you kidding me?
No, it's 2 founders that are, I think, younger than me. I think they're in their early 30s, and $8 billion company. Like,
crazy. Did they get sold up on? Didn't they get like a record number of people like pass up on them?
Yeah. I mean, during the pandemic, their user growth was insane because everyone was just bored out of their mind.
That's crazy. Okay, let's move on to our last couple of things here. One thing, I got some feedback today. I don't know if you guys listened to the episode. I did an ASMR-esque type ad for the sanitizer for Clean Monster. Apparently, it wasn't a hit.
Yeah, no shit.
Wait, why wasn't it a hit?
Huh?
Why wasn't your ad read a hit?
I don't know. I guess people don't like ASMR. I tried to do the whole like whisper in the mic thing and then the little trigger thing.
I like that.
See, I liked it too, but apparently it wasn't a hot hit.
I think
what's the complaint? It was too mysterious?
Yeah, it was too like sensual.
Ah, got it.
Too many people got turned on by Pete whispering in their ear.
That's what they are. I think the same thing.
People want brash Pete.
Huh?
People want brash Pete.
I know. That's what they said. They go back. We want the loud and exciting. And I said, okay. Screamo. And then we have Dan coming on next week. So Dan, the newsletter guy, the guy that we had guest star on our newsletter last week, and we got a lot of really great feedback. Turns out he's coming on this week.
Yeah, so I had a call with him today, actually. So he just emailed me out of the blue a pretty good newsletter. I think I talked about this last time. And I was like, damn, this is good. And he was like, I want to be the big cat to your El Prez. And I was like, this guy understands what's going on here.
And you like that El Prez comment, right?
Yeah.
You had to butter you up a little bit.
El Prez makes money in the market. Taylor loses money in the market.
Yeah, but I mean, just to be clarified, he did call me El Prez. It's no big deal. But he's pretty cool. And he wants to keep writing. He wrote another newsletter that I'm thinking about sending tomorrow. I don't know. It's all about it's kind of a weird space time of like space and shit. I don't really know, but it's kind of good. I'll send it to you guys.
Aliens?
No, I can pull it up. Let's see, these people are getting, if this is a newsletter, they're getting some early stuff. It's a timeline of the colonization of Mars.
Don't let D read that. We know D's views on space.
He thinks it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
So he's in his thing. He's saying by 2024, there's people going to Mars. By 2030, there's a Mars alpha base. I don't know. We'll get him on. We'll ask him about this. By 2059, Brazil gets to Mars. By 2055, China gets to Mars. I might need some more clarity on this. I just don't really understand.
We'll have to ask this kid what kind of drugs he's been taking lately.
And who's his source? Is he direct line to Elon?
He could be. He's based in Atlanta. I asked him if he wanted to go by Dan or his last name, or if he has like a real job he doesn't want. He goes, you can call me Danny Snacks because I used to be fat. People used to call me Danny Snacks.
Okay.
I was like, okay, he's cool. He's cool. But we'll bring him on next week and we'll talk in a couple of days and we'll talk to him.
Yeah.
We're always looking for more writers and it can contribute some good content. Because
absolutely,
he can't write.
Hit us up in our DMs. I know that's why I take photos.
Major.
Huh?
You're the journalist major.
Yeah. Well,
you were a journalist major?
I'm a journalist. Yeah, I graduated from the journalism school with a degree in strategic communication.
What the fuck made you decide to major in journalism?
well, there's two routes to journalism. There's
this
like
the
a
photo
creative
route?
route, and then there's like a true journalism route. I took the creative route.
Got it.
So more new age media.
So when you were 21 in Wisconsin, what was the dream job? If you majored in journalism, you.
Oh, I was intending to go to into advertising.
In what aspect of advertising?
It would have been like account services or something in the production field. Production came like later down the road, but it would have mainly been like account services type of.
Account services meaning like managing a brand's ad budget?
Right. Well, it would be just managing brands for the ad agency.
You got a guy here who's an expert at that.
Yeah.
And this job came along and then other things happened. So then I was like, all right, we're going this way.
You want to move to Austin, Pete?
Sure, why not? Life's good.
Yeah, come float on the river.
Wait, Pete, we need a weekend recap. Everything's open. What'd you do?
I went to Q's. I went to Q's Friday night. It was pretty, they closed by midnight. In, out, sit at a table. You wear a mask at the table, take it off. Pretty much like everywhere else. People are out. Servers have masks on. Other than that, I didn't really do much Saturday. I know I had some friends who went out to dinner. They said dinner was pretty chill. Same thing as like what Taylor's been talking about, masks, so forth. So I don't know. Nothing's like fully back, but I think July 4th is another fuck you moment where I think everybody.
That's a checkpoint. That's a big checkpoint. July 4th.
Massive. I mean, it's done. Corona's completely over that.
I mean, dude, the protest Corona's done.
Right. But I think like everybody and their mom's gonna be out partying for the 4th of July.
Did you hit a protest after the pod yesterday?
No.
You just went home.
Yeah, I was hungover still, so I was like.
What do you think happens with the protests? Do they slowly fizzle out and it's less and less people, or is it just like we're done? How do you think that stops?
I think it correlates with how many venues are open. So once people have something else to do, then there'll be less protests or fewer protests. Like I don't know if you know that place Penthouse on Robertson. It's like in West Hollywood, the outdoor club.
Yeah.
I saw people posting videos. It was absolutely slammed, shoulder to shoulder.
Oh yeah, you're the one that said that opened up this weekend, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like a party that would be happening in January.
Wow. My roommate went to LA Fitness. I haven't gotten there yet. I think I'm gonna try to go tonight, but you have to have the fitness facilities are still like wacky to me because it's not like a restaurant. Like everybody's walking around using machines, but like apparently you can take your mask off. You don't have to have it on if you're on a machine and not within 6 feet of somebody.
Yeah, gyms seem a little sketch.
Where it's like, why would you not just require them on at all times?
It's funny you guys are talking about all this shit opening now. Like, for example, a month ago in Florida, I was going to F45 classes and going out to dinner. No mask. Like, we've been open. I think California is, in New York, probably the last people still holding quarantine in the world, right?
Oh, yeah, Wisconsin.
No. I know. What are we talking about? Singapore is locked down. India is still locked down.
What about those clips from, like, Hong Kong, like, months
Hong Kong's
ago?
open.
Okay.
Hong Kong's open. Singapore's on lockdown. India's on lockdown. That's 1.4 billion people.
Yeah.
I would say Europe's opening up. What I've heard is all the rich kids in Europe are descending on the south of France to get on boats. And maybe you need to get to south of France. Get on a boat.
That's the next move. I go from inner tube to boat.
And in no time, you'll be there.
And I think Greece is opening up too.
But doesn't it matter if these countries open up and they're good, but then Americans come and just fuck it all up, right? Like,
yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
We just fuck it all up all the time.
I think Italy has banned Americans so far. Like if you're a U.S. citizen, you can't go right now.
I'd imagine. Do we have any confirmation on that?
I know as of 2 weeks ago that was the case. I don't know if that's lifted.
We'll just stick with it.
I can't wait for Mexico to ban Americans. That'd be the ultimate F you to Trump. They build the wall.
You should get to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Go for the rally this Friday, right?
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
How Tulsa from Austin?
June 20th.
Now that would be some live coverage.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Oklahoma's really close to Texas. You guys border. I say you guys like you're in Texas.
Yeah, like he's a
Texan. Oklahoma, Tulsa, 7-hour drive. That's still kind of far.
Pick up some cats on the way.
Yeah, no.
Meow, all the way down there.
No.
Okay, are we good in everything? Are we good for a wrap up here?
Anna, what do I do with the stock market now? All right, so I went long. I'm scared. Should I just switch to cash?
For you, yes, switch to cash. I think the market's still going to go down.
But if it's going to go down, shouldn't I just keep betting it go down? Like if it does,
bet smaller amounts. Don't bet like you're a fucking whale at a Vegas casino.
Yeah.
It's just so easy on Robinhood. It's just 2 clicks.
Will he learn? We'll find out.
Wait, hold on. Texas, Ezekiel Elliott tested positive for corona. They said several players for the Cowboys and Texans tested positive.
Yep.
That's going to shake some people up. Why?
I don't think so. All the players are going to be fine. They're going to say, look, Ezekiel Elliott was fine. I'm just like him.
Gotta eat.
All these athletes he's probably eating Corona at home. But all these athletes, like, they keep coming out like every once in a while, be like, so-and-so tested positive. It's like, okay, and we've had millions of cases of people testing positive. So, like, why does it make it matter so much about an athlete?
I don't know.
I have inside info. Lakers leave for Orlando July 7th.
Oh, wow.
Wow, snuck that one in right at the end.
Yeah, at the end. Just got to give a little inside hot take. July 7th, the Los Angeles Lakers are scheduled to leave for Orlando.
Wow. Can you give sourcing? Who's your source?
I can't because then just very confident in that source.
Got it.
So the NBA playoffs are definitely happening.
Oh, yeah. NBA's back, baby.
I don't think Kyrie Irving has the juice to stop it.
So is Kyrie going to suit up and play? Or is he going to say, fuck it?
He may sit out, but the Nets had no shot anyways.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like, who's in shape right now? Who knows?
Yeah, but if Kyrie doesn't play, the Nets definitely don't have a shot, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? It'll be interesting to see.
It'll be very interesting to see. Okay, that does it for us today. You guys got anything else?
That's it.
That's it.
As always, Running Sucks merch. It's all live. I've been rocking it a ton lately. Really, really great stuff over at the Grand Running Club. Go head over to thementalhouse.com to get that. We have the hand sanitizer from Clean Monster. It's just great hand sanitizer. Lavender peppermint, skin nourishing, vitamin E, lavender oil, peppermint oil. It's great. It smells great. You get a 3-pack, Amazon Prime. Get it delivered to you in 2 days. And as always, Costa Brava cocktails.
Your favorite. Chug one right now. You won't. Shotgun it.
Well, I have nothing. There's nothing left. These are like this.
Nice. Delicate chug. Anand, you kind of drink like a 22-year-old white girl. You love these mixed drinks, beverages.
I do. I'm a big White Claw guy. You know, like
I think Costa guy. He asked for one like
I
every
like Costa. Yeah, sorry, Costa Brava. I like Costa Brava. I don't need to black out. Just a
Yes,
a little
sip.
buzz.
Little buzz.
6.7 ABV, man. These will give you the little kick you need.
Yeah, those things
Yeah,
do
like
it.
I mean, do I really need to drink a scotch and black out? You know, not really.
No. And not all of us can be alcoholics like D and take like 4 or 5 tequilas and be fine.
Define fine.
Stable.
Define
Stable
stable.
stand.
Easy stuff is good. Little wine, little seltzer, Costa Brava.
Little here, little there, little hum, little ha.
It's the good stuff. All right, we're coming back on a couple days with Dan. That should be good. Anand,
Snack
always
man.
our best guest by far. So thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
See you soon. Pete, when are you visiting Austin?
I don't know. We'll see if we deal with pay for it. I will. We'll do it for content's sake.
Cool.
All right, cool.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah.